Hello there, Dr. Suzanne Bechtel with a lecture on succeeding as a paralegal and specifically essential skills and strategies. The key areas a paralegal needs to know for success are these: delivering high quality work, effective assignment management, organization and preparation skills, time management, communication and teamwork, client-focused service, accurate timekeeping and work ethic, and self-management and personal development. And those are the topics we'll cover. Delivering high-quality work. How do we do that? Well, first we need to be accurate, thorough, and high quality in our work. Accuracy means that all of the documents we prepare and the facts are correct and reliable. You've done it in a professional practice. You've been thorough, and you paid careful attention to every detail to avoid errors and omissions in legal work. And the high quality work will help build trust, and so it's essential for the law firms and the reputation and success. Documentation and handling mistakes professionally. First of all, always keep documentation. There's notes you can take. It's so important to keep notes of documenting things, and this is anything. You need to keep track of facts. You need to write notes for me. Notes are so helpful. That's all I can say. Admitting and correcting mistakes so you can return to your documentation if you feel there's something that the mistake that would lend some resolution to the mistake. That's one thing. And then we admit our mistakes promptly, correct them quickly, and we take steps to prevent them from recurring. We all learn from mistakes and failures. And then when we maintain quality work, it means that we're consistent. And this is a daily effort. You can't have one day where you're able to do quality work and come in the next day and not do quality work. Realize that we can have some days that are better than others, but some positive attitude really helps that out. Meditation to get your day started in a good way is also helpful. How can we improve our work quality? What strategies help? Forms and systems. I'm telling you, it's the best part of being in a really well-organized office is that you've created or walk into an office to start work where the forms have been systemized and things are systemized. Systems are essential, and that makes it easier to remember what you need to do, and it'll speed up your work completion. Checklists. Checklists are vital, I think, in any type of work, but I think in law firms they help to ensure your details are covered, you've maintained high quality consistently. Effective assignment management. So you're going to be assigned, of course, you are assigned work all the time. How do we effectively handle that? First of all, understand them and clarify anything you don't understand. So always, if you ensure you fully understand before starting, you avoid making assumptions or guessing when you sit down and you start working on it. Find you're in a little pickle not knowing what to do or feeling kind of humble. Ask questions when you're not sure. If you ask questions, you're not saying you're not smart, you're showing that you're mature and you can take constructive information from people and confirm your understanding. This, I think, is vital, is repeating the assignment back. I mean, it's simple enough. I believe what I understand the assignment to be is, and you can speak that back. You may need to write it in an email or a memo or something, but it's very important to confirm that you understand. It keeps the person who assigned you the task at ease as well. Break down your complicated tasks. Get the work divided out. You have your supervisor help you. break down the tasks, and there are many ways to do that. There are a lot of organizer systems to help you. But this is when you feel like you're looking at a huge pile of paper all scattered on a desk, and you feel overwhelmed. The paper thing is a metaphor. You can come in with that kind of feeling on some days when you're working, and you really need to help get the work divided out so that everybody's happy and you are able to manage things as best as you can with high quality. All right, recording and tracking your assignments is a way of demonstrating accountability. When you write down your assignments, in other words, always bring a notebook or something to write on or an electronic device to take notes on when you're receiving an assignment, so you're recording. So you'll write down the assignment details, who is assigning it, what comments they made, and what is the exact due date. You have clearly accountable operations. Track completion dates. And on your notes, you can keep track of your completion. You can even write down, whether it's billable work or not, you can keep a work log that shows when you finish something. All right, so now during the assignment progress, sometimes we got to be sure to check back in. Got to still communicate. Don't leave the person who's assigned you something wondering what's going on by not going back. If you ask questions early, that means you start the project early, the assignment project early. Then you can ask questions early, and they do feel obviously there's a little bit of good intention coming through that way. Check in periodically if it's a long assignment, something that's taking you time, maybe gathering the information has been problematic or whatever. Check in and let them know you're working on it. Get feedback on your assignments, and if you're having any problems doing it, be sure those problems are discussed with your supervisor. And this is so important for the complex tasks. Like I was saying, maybe it's a large project, got a lot going on, a million different pieces to it. Checking in and communicating with your supervisor and others on the team is how you ensure accuracy and success. Preparation and organizing skills. We can use daily planning tools. Appointment calendar is an obvious one. A daily to-do list. You can do that before you leave each day. Have a list of what you're doing the next day. You might sleep a little better knowing it's written down, to be honest with you. And then prioritize them. It can be as simple as on that list, write A to the A items, B to the B items, C to the C items. And you come in and you start working on those right away. And sometimes we prioritize the low-hanging fruit, the stuff that's really easy and easy to get out of the way. We'll prioritize that first. But just be careful that you're organizing the time right. There are so many digital organizing tools today. Many firms will have them. They'll even have them built into their to their client management, their law firm management software applications. Whenever those are available, learn them and use them. Calendars and prioritizing tasks are essential in a law firm. You got to keep it updated. It has to be accessible at all times. And again, make to-do lists and prioritize. That's kind of a duplicate, huh? Oh well, different picture. All right, note-taking and timeliness for meetings and assignments. Be on time for meetings. Punctuality shows you're respecting other people's time. It helps maintain a professional reputation too. Keeping notes, clear, organized notes. Find a way that works for you. Note-taking is something I struggled with. I take notes, but I'll find a Post-it note before I'll find a notepad. Come on, Dr. Bechtel. Anyway, I know we all have habits, so we have to work around your bad behavior. I do all the time. Time management techniques. Set some objectives. Have your daily objectives set. You might have a normal pattern each day that you use. Don't let the lunch hour rob you of the rest of your time. Work on things and come back after lunch and finish and continue with your objectives. Stick to your plan and complete your high priority tasks before tackling less important ones. And that's one of the things that's, like I said, sometimes to feel better and feel productive, they'll say, I'm going to get started with the low-hanging fruit things, like, doing some organizing of things or making a couple of phone calls that are easy tasks, not going to not going to be dealing with problems with them, not expecting to anyway. But anyway, get the important ones done first if you can, especially if they're super important. Avoid time wasters. Get those interruptions out of the room. I'll tell you what the biggest time wasters I find are procrastination. The other ones are people coming to see me and talk to me, getting text messages, blah, blah, blah. Tell your friends and family that you're working and you don't use the phone during work, and you'll avoid those interruptions. I think the hardest interruptions to avoid are the ones from our own minds, and that might take some quiet meditation. How do you then prevent procrastination and also maintain your professionalism? Do your task promptly. Just get to it. People will love you for that. And don't worry. If you make mistakes, they'll get back to you. But at the same time, you have not procrastinated. And don't socialize much at work. In fact, it's really, don't make your friends consider everybody at work a frenemy. They may act like your friends, but you can't trust people. You just can't. And so please know that socializing at work isn't just a time waster, but it's unnecessary in terms of your own personal life. Using timelines is essential. Creating a Gantt chart that'll show some Gantt charts in this picture, outlining your project phases, start and end dates. Assist with planning. This helps us assist our planning and help us track our progress. Optimize, you know how it is. Get your workspace layout all like you need it. Who doesn't do that? I'm looking at my workspace, and every time I think I want to change, every time I clean up in this space, I'll put it right back the same way I found it. Communication and teamwork. So this is essential too in the law office. Build confidence and effective communication with attorneys. Establish a mutual confidence. This is between attorneys and paralegals. We're mutually confident in each other. We also ask questions, because then we reduce unclear objectives. And the active listening and note-taking, how many times have I brought that up in this class? It is just vital, vital, vital. And I do appreciate note-taking, as hard it is for me to read my notes later or find the post-it note. And it's a bad habit. Don't do what I'm doing. Establishing authority and mutual trust with your attorney and with others. Confidence in your communication. Maintain confidence and authority. Make eye contact. Speak clearly. Don't be timid or shy. Don't be fidgety. Use progress updates to ensure your mutual trust. If you are updating people, the attorney, the client, whatever, whomever, you are establishing mutual trust. Collaborative decision-making, meaning that you're including all those who are and have a shared responsibility in it, and that promotes trust. And be careful about your authority limits. Ask your attorney about your decision-making limits to understand when their involvement is needed. Obviously, when there's a need for a lawyer for the license, of course, practice of law. But some of this is learned from making mistakes. But if you're new to a place, you really need to be fielding what this means. Have a team spirit, all right? Be positive. It's so important and so useful for your time and your efforts. Your personal interests are not as important as a team success falls. Using constructive criticism approaches are helpful. Focus on solutions when you're working with construct, whether you're giving it or receiving it. So don't become emotional or confrontational when it's time for criticism that needs to take place. Receiving it can be hard, but you be open about it, breathe with it, and know that It probably shouldn't be personalized. Don't make it your own. See it for what it is. Improvement of your work, not of your person. Build that trust and patience through your interpersonal skills. This is how you listen and how you speak. Speak mindfully. Listen attentively. Client-focused service. What does that mean? Client-focused. It means providing our undivided attention and respectful treatment to our clients. So what is undivided attention? Again, we are giving them our full attention. We're not allowing interruptions, such as phone calls coming in, text messages on your phone. We're courteous and respectful in how we treat them. Every one of them needs courtesy and respect to make them feel valued and make them feel important always. And timely communication. I don't know what else I can add more to that, but read the slide. We must do it to ensure we're doing our job well. What else is client focused? Means confidentiality is not divulged. So treat them with individualized attention. Show your concern for their welfare. Again, being careful not to get too deep into it, because we can be dealing with some very difficult situations and difficult clients. But remain a caring person. Respect your professional boundaries. Don't overstep your roles with anyone, include the client or the attorney, but let the attorney provide the complex legal advice, all legal advice, and maintain your confidentiality standards. Okay, I'm going to make a second vid for this one on accurate timekeeping and work ethic. I will tell you real quick that this video lecture is based on the Chapter 8 of Cynthia Train-Adonis' 2015 book, Practical Law Office Management, a Cengage Publishing textbook.